Hi folks, this is the Nocturnal Nerd. Thank you for clicking on my video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. It's great to see you again. So this is my new series, an intro to, and in this series we're looking at lots of different games from lots of different genres, and we're just having a go at the first couple of hours of them to see what they're like. I get to play them, you get to see what they're like, we get to have a feel for them, maybe have a bit of discussion about them in the comments. And yeah, it's just a place to explore lots of different games. And this episode I'm really quite excited because we're playing Hollow Knight. Now I've played lots of this game before. In fact, I got a message this morning from PlayStation to tell me that this was my most played game of 2021. And I think I had something like 150 hours just on this game. And I haven't even finished it. Let's go over to the game itself. Here we go. Yeah, as I say, over 150 hours just on the PlayStation. I haven't even finished it. It's just such a... Well, you'll see when I get to play it, and if you played it before, you'll probably agree with me. So this is my first time playing it on the PC through Xbox Game Pass. It is free on Game Pass. Adjust the slide until the frames touch the sides of the screen. Just make sure that's right for YouTube. Just swap over to OBS. Right, it's going to be a bit small like that. The issue is that I can't really... If I click off of that... No, it's not going to let me do it like that. Okay. There we go. So because I'm playing it through OBS, it might be a bit small on YouTube, but that'll just have to be how it is. And I'm going to turn the brightness right down. Well, I say right down to about there. Yeah, as I was saying, so I absolutely love this game. I first started playing it back in 2021. As I say, last year I played 150 hours of it. I've never finished it. I think I've restarted it like 3 times. I'm not going to read that. If you want to read it, pause it, read it yourself. But I'm busy talking. Yeah, I just absolutely love this game. And I'm so excited by the fact that Silk Song's coming out soon. Well, I say soon. We don't really know when it's coming out. But when it does, because we know it is coming, when it does, I will be buying it straight off the bat, which isn't something I normally do. I wait to see what other people think of it. I wait till the price goes down a bit because I'm a cheapskate. But this time around, I will be buying Silk Song as soon as it comes out. Because I think Hollow Knight is possibly my favourite game of all time. And you might be thinking, well, if it's your favourite game of all time, why haven't you finished it? That's because I'm not good at it. I just like it. As I said, I'm playing this on PC through Game Pass, but I am using a remote. Controller, not a remote. Just because I prefer the feel of it on remote. If I get too much latency playing with remote because it's wireless or whatever. So I'm doing it through wireless remote. If I get too much latency, I'll swap over, but at the moment it's fine. I just really love, and it's something that you'll get sick of hearing, the sort of thing you'll get sick of hearing me saying if you watch these channels, but I do really love the atmosphere of this game. I love, well, I just love everything about this game. Higher beings, these words are few alone. Your great strength marks you amongst us. Focus your soul and you shall achieve feats of which others can only dream. Okay, so what this is saying is that the white bar at the top, so you've got the masks, they're my lives, and then you've got the coins, well, the thing that looks like a rock as Geo, that's the in-game currency, and then there's the white, well, the ball that's filling up with white liquidy stuff. That's your focus, and that's basically like the magic system of the game. So for now that means I can heal. Later on it means that I can use spells. When I say I'm not very good at this game, you can tell because this is still the tutorial and I've already lost like 5 lives. Okay, this is cool. So when I kill these little blue things, I get these blue masks at the top. They're temporary lives, so that means that I can... Oh, there we go. That means that I've got 2 extra lives, but I can't heal those ones back. Oh. Can't go that way. Well, I probably could go that way now because I can. Let's try it. There we go. Issue is I probably can't get back up again now. I didn't think that one through. Fury of the Fallen. Equip a charm to activate its powerful abilities. I've never done this bit before. I've never noticed that on any of my playthroughs. So... I just love all the tiny details in it. You know, stuff that they in no way needed to put in. The complexity of the drawings in the background is just perfect. It's just enough. It's not too little, not too much. I love the fact that every time he jumps, his little cape goes up. Higher beings, these words are few alone. Beyond this point you enter the land of King and Creator. Step across this threshold and obey our laws. Bear witness to the last and only civilization, the eternal kingdom, Hollownest. And then this is the end of the game where you jump off a cliff. That was a joke made in poor taste, I apologise, but there we go. Just the thing, the lampposts in the mist, it's just all so good. Start by sitting on the bench. So your bench is your save point, It's also where you equip charms and where your map updates when you finally get a map. So it embodies the fury and heroism that comes upon those who are about to die. When close to death, the bearer's strength will increase. Sure. Ho there, traveller. I'm afraid there's only me left to offer welcome. Our town's fallen quiet, you see. The other residents, they've disappeared, headed down that well, one by one, into the caverns below. I also like that they don't have voice actors as such, but they do have... So there were voice actors, but they're not saying words, they're just saying these, like, noises. It's a silly little thing, but it just works. Used to be there was a great kingdom beneath our town. It's long fell to ruin, yet it still draws folks into its depths. Wealth, glory, enlightenment, that darkness seems to promise all things. I'm sure you too seek the dreams down there. One second, sorry. I'm sure you two seek the dreams down there. Well, watch out. It's a sickly air that fills the place. Creatures turn mad and travellers are robbed of their memories. Perhaps dreams aren't such a great thing after all. Now, I'm going to apologise, because what I normally try to do is a blind playthrough of these first 2 hours. Or at least... normally I've only played it once, but I've done this opening so many times that I just know my way around. Well, I know my way around most of it. I know where most of the... There are going to be some differences, because it's a slightly different version to the one I play. It's had a few updates to it, but I do know where most of the enemies are and such. Don't want to go through there yet. We're going to come down here. This is another thing. So this is Conifer. He's the map dealer. So he gives you your map for each area. And it's just when you hear his song, when you're in the middle of the middle of nowhere, you have no idea where you are. It's just such a comfort. Hello there. Come down to explore these beautiful orb ruins. Don't mind me. I have a fondness for exploring myself. Getting lost and finding your way again is a pleasure like no other. We're exquisitely lucky, you and I. I'm a cartographer by trade, and I'm working on mapping this area right now. Would you like to buy a copy of my work so far? Yes, please. Right, so now we've got our map. A map can be a useful thing, but it alone won't show you where you are. If you've not the heed for directions, I suggest purchasing a compass from my wife Isilda. She's just now opening our new map shop in Dirtmouth, selling all sorts of useful things to wanderers like yourself. She'll even sell you some of my old maps from time to time. I'll pop back to see her whenever I finish mapping an area. She's always so excited to see me. Okay, so here's our map. As you can see, it's not complete. So what happens is we go back up to that little town we were in, and his wife will have set up their shop. I don't have wall grip yet. Will have set up their little shop, and then in that little shop you buy a compass token, which basically puts your face on the map. So whenever you're jumping around a dungeon or an area, your well, you know exactly where you are. And then the other thing you can buy that I might not have enough coins for yet is a quill. And then that means whenever you sit on a bench, you update your map. Come to buy a map, have you? It's really my husband you should be dealing with, but what a surprise, he's headed down below. He'll pop back up occasionally to deliver new maps for the store, but I do wish he'd spend a little more time up here. I've not much interest in retail myself. Now let's see what's here for me to sell. Oh, I can't afford any of them. So, I need to go on a bit of a killing spree to get some... What's my flip? Geo? Of all the places to end up, we picked this dreary town. I thought it a temporary stop, then my husband became obsessed with that old ruin. Now he's spending all his time down there. He argues cartography is sound business, but other than you, who's buying? Let's quickly come over here and talk to our friend. A young couple's just recently taken up residence in the house behind the station. Seems they're running a map shop, which may excite adventurous types like yourself. She's a tool bug, the wife. I told them to take a larger house, especially given that they're all empty, but they like the look of that one. The way she has to bend just to get through the door, I wouldn't put up with it myself. Let's go in here. Right, so this is my favourite. Hello there, how delightful to meet another traveller on these forgotten roads. You're a short one, but you've got a strong look about you. I'm Quirrell. I have something of an obsession with uncharted places. This ancient kingdom holds many fascinating mysteries, and one of the most intriguing of them is standing right before us. A great stone egg lying in the courts of an ancient kingdom. And this egg, is it warm? It certainly gives off a unique air. Can it be opened? There are strange marks all over it. I do so love a mystery, and who knows what other marvels lie even deeper below us. Right, so that's Quirrell. I'm not gonna put any future spoilers into this video. Yeah, I'm not going to put any future spoilers into this. Obviously there'll be spoilers in the gameplay, that's just how it is. But I'm not going to tell you what happens later on. But Quirrell is my favourite. I just love Quirrell. For so long I've felt drawn here, so many tales full of wonders and horrors. No longer could I resist. I just had to see it for myself. And what a time I chose to arrive. This dead world has sprung to life. The creatures have rolled up and the earth rumbles. The air is thick. I wonder what could have brought it all about. Again, sorry, another thing about the little details is, you cut these things off and they just fly off, and then they stay there. They don't disappear later like in some games. It's something I really like, and it's one of those really stupid things that, you probably don't pay attention to much, but it's just something I really enjoy about it. The other good thing about this game, is that a lot of it is just, especially early on, is just about learning timings. I love those as well. Right, so those are grubs. Now that I've saved that grub, I'm going to go and show you why I'm saving them. And what I really love is that... Sorry, another thing I really love is how, even though you are in a hurry, and he is moving quite fast, the way he holds himself when he's moving just looks really relaxed. And the way it moves feels really relaxed. And it just... I don't know, it just feels really almost soothing just to wander around. Yeah, so that's the one we just saved. That's the grub father. And basically by the end of the game you're going to fill in all of these eggs with the lost grubs. And you get a reward for everyone you find, so turn round. Do I want to go this way? Sure, why not? Oh, by the way, I haven't introduced myself, have I? Yes, I should apologise for that. When you spend a lot of time by yourself, with just your own thoughts, you forget the niceties of conversation. Sorry, I've just had a thought, 1 second. No, that's all fine, okay. My name is Conifer. I've always loved exploring the world. Why? When I first hatched, I wandered off immediately, leaving my poor brothers and sisters and poor mother behind. That's why, as soon as I could, I moved to Dartmouth with my wife, a huge, unending kingdom to explore right on our doorstep. Who could refuse? Anyway, I'll let you return to your travels. With a little luck, we'll meet again. Be safe and farewell. Okay. Money. What I will say as well is that until much later in the game, money isn't really, or geo should I say, isn't really that big of a deal. You can, you lose it and you get it back in almost no time. Later on in the game, I think at one point something I had to buy was 18,000 or 180,000 or something like that, and it just took ages and ages trying to get the money, build the money up. Alright, so this is a hot spring. It's got most of them have got a bench with them. In fact, I think all of them have got a bench with them. And when you sit in the water, it fills up your focus and your lives, and it's great. And when you attack, it splashes the water, and sometimes there'll be people in the water in the springs with you, and they react to you splashing water at them. It's great. Alright, this happens from time to time as well. You get locked in a room, and it's not really a boss fight, it's more like a multi-stage fight rather than a boss fight. Multi-wave arena style thing rather than a boss fight. There you go, easy. Let's go this way. Again, a lot of what I'm doing now, I'm doing because I know where things are. I suggest being quite a bit more cautious the first time round you play it. Otherwise you just will die, and you'll make stupid mistakes like that. What I will say about dying in this game is that, so when you die you go back to the last bench, and you lose your geo and your focus bar breaks. So then what that means is you can go and collect your geo again easily enough, and the same with your flip, your focus. You just had to go back to the spot you were. Now, depending on how often you sit down on the bench, that's either really quite easy or a real pain in the bum. The good news is if you die during a boss fight, it will put your stuff outside of the boss arena. Rather than, well, normally it will put your stuff outside the boss arena. There are a couple of exceptions, but it just means that you're not having to fight all the way through again. I hate these things. There we go. Right, and then there's these statues all over the place. When you beat those, you get some soul out of them. I just think it's great how it's really peaceful and lovely, but also quite eerie at the same time. Okay, this is our first boss fight. And I don't know if I've ever done this without spells before, so this should be interesting. There we go. It's not over yet though. Ooh. Oh, what's happening? Gross. There we go. Open sesame. Just like that. Right, now there's ominous laughing there, but we can't get there yet. So we're going to go this way instead. Hit him a couple of times. And go inside. Oh, Oro, you oaf. You wield your nail like a club. Esme, how much deeper do we have to go? Oh, what? Who are you? I see. This old village. What a strange dream to have led me down here. If you hadn't found me, I don't think I would have ever woken. I'm Sly. Usually, I live an uneventful life up in Dartmouth. The air in these ruins doesn't agree with me, so I best be getting back. If you return above, come and see me. I'm probably the friendliest face left there, and I can thank you properly for your good deed. Right, I'm not going to tell you what's in it, but I have seen videos of people that have got into this house towards the end of the game. I've never got there yet, but it is my goal to one day get in that house because I really want to. I want to see it for myself. There we go. Oh, hate those ones. There we go. Alright, so we can't really go through here yet, but I thought I'd show you anyway. This is the tram station. So there are a couple of trams, and later on in the game when you get a tram pass, you can use it to travel between certain areas. Just makes life a bit easier. But we're going to something, at the moment we're on our way to something far, far better than a tram. Okay. Gonna go down through here first though. Gonna put my platforming to the test. There we go. Nail jumping, that's what it's called. Put my nail jumping to the test. There we go. If anyone else, I did that first time. Go. Now you might have seen as I was jumping up here that there is some geo there. I'm debating whether I'm going to try and get it, because normally I lose a couple of lives trying. Like that. No, I'm going to leave it. I'll come back for it later. I don't particularly want to die during this stream. These ones are annoying. Eventually get the knack to them, but the first couple of times I came up against these, I died really quickly. There we go. Right, so if you quickly sit on the bench, there we go, we've saved. If we die again, this is where we come to. And then we're going to use this. Pay 50 geo. Gate opens, and here comes the bell. And this is our stag. So if we speak to him. Greetings, little one. It's been an age since I last heard the ringing of a station bell. It echoed down the stagways and called me to you. I've grown stiff and tired. Sorry, my Alexa device is going off. Echo, shut up. Sorry about that. I've grown stiff and tired these many years, and I've forgotten much, but the sound of the bell will always call me back. These stagways stretch the depths of Hollownest. If you want to travel them, hail me from the platform and I will take you where you need to go. So basically, he's the fast travel in this game. You make your way to a stag station, and then you ride on the stag to your desired location, which we will do in a minute. There are a couple of things I want to do first, though. Here we go. Just going to hit these guys until they die. There we go. That's another thing free. Grub free. I'm just going up this way before we head back, so that I can hit this switch. And that just opens the door at the top of the room, which just makes life a little bit easier when you're trying to get around. Right, so let's go for a stag ride. I'm going to go back up to Dirtmouth, or Dirtmouth, or however you want to say it. I'm going to stick to Dirtmouth, because it makes sense to me. Here we are, so he's taken us here. See if he has anything to say. This place, we're near the surface, I believe. This is a town. There is a town here. You should take the opportunity to rest. This place was once full of travellers coming and going. It seems much quieter now. Let's quickly go up in the elevator. Hit the switch to open the door. Look at that, we're in Dirtmouth. Now this is where he's all shocked. Oh, what's a turn? Our shopkeeper's come home. Just wandered back in. I'd hoped for grand tales of his time below, but he seems to remember almost nothing. Maybe it was too much for him. If you're interested in his wares, watch out. He drives a hard bargain, that one. No competition, that's the problem. It's bad for the market. Not that he's complaining. I never thought I'd see such a thing. The stag station has opened. That building lay silent since before even my time. Oh, I've heard the tales of the glorious lines. A web of tunnels running all through the kingdom. Not that I'll be travelling them, mind you. I'm quite content where I am. Well, as long as you're happy where you are, then you don't need to move. You do what makes you happy, mate. So, gonna talk to her. Barfanada. Gonna get ourselves a wayward compass, so we know where we are. We're also gonna get ourselves a quill, so that we can know where we've been. And then we're going to come back and talk to Sly later on when I've got some money. Just update my map. Equip that. So now, when I go onto my map, it's not quite so good here. What we'll do is we'll go back down to where we were, and then you can see the map properly. Let's go. Right, so here's our map, and as you can see, all the places we've been have been sort of coloured in and new bits have been added. And if you look just above me, you'll see a passageway that leads to a room with a mask in it. That's the area boss, and I'm going to go and attempt to fight him now. Now normally it would be a bit early to do that. We've only been playing for 40 minutes. Most people would want to, especially in your first playthrough, you'd want to have a bit more of a look around first, stuff like that. But I just thought it'd be good to give it a go, see what we can do, show off what a boss fight looks like in this game, and yeah, just have a go. Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel. I'm not going to sing the rest because I don't want to be sued. But hopefully you... I wouldn't be sued, but I'm not going to sing the rest. If you got the reference, you're amazing. If you didn't get the reference, talk to someone that did and tell them they're amazing. Right, here we go. This is another thing that's really just about learning your timings. Which I do know, but I haven't... Just a second. There we go. Take this time to heal up. I don't normally lose this many lives here, but there we go. Oh. There we go. Oh dear. And that is basically the boss fight. There you go. Now I wasn't counting out loud, but in case you couldn't tell, that was 13 hits while he's jumping around. And then you do that 3 times and the boss fight's over. And that is probably the easiest boss fight in the entire game, which is why I'm annoyed that I lost that many lives. And if you haven't seen where that comes from, that little bug was the end of his mace. Ooh, lots of money. Right, now there is more to this room, but I can't do it with my current equipment, so we're going to keep going. Right, and we're heading up here. I keep forgetting that I'm right at the beginning of the game, so I don't have the skills that I'm used to using. But that doesn't matter, let's just get on with it. Oh ho! What is this creeping... Who is that creeping out of the darkness? My, you're looking grim. A strange and empty face and a wicked looking weapon. Something important has drawn you down into Hollownest's corpse. But I won't ask what. Perhaps the reason you found me is because you need my help. Say no more, friend. I'm going to give you a gift, a nasty little spell of my own creation. It's just perfect for a little one like you. Oh ho ho. Okay. Now I know it looks like she's just killed me, but she hasn't. She's given me a spell. The next part is questionable, because she has, as you can see, locked me in her basement. You've awoken at last. I apologise. Perhaps I should have warned you about the power of that spell. I was watching over you as you slept. Bit creepy. But seemed to have slipped away myself. Oh ho 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 ho. Now we're awake. I was wondering whether you could do me a small favour. Not just as a payment for my gift, of course, simply because now we're friends. You see, a horrid great beast has made its home in the heart of this temple. Such disrespect, I would be quite grateful if you were to venture deeper in and slay it for me. It's a hardy creature, but with your new power, you're more than a match for it. Good luck with this small favour, my friend. Oh. And it's wanting me to use the spell, but I'm not ready to use it yet, so I'll do it when it makes sense to. There you go, that's the spell. And you'll notice that every time I hit an enemy, I get a little bit more soul in my soul meter at the top. And then that's basically how I regain the energy to heal the new spells. Now, every time I played this, I've lost like 5 lives doing this bit. So I'm just going to use the spell this time. Normally I try to do like an aerial combat thing with it, but like that. Here we go. There we go. Quick go on a bit of a detour. Gather some soul. Oh. There we go. Up we go. There we go. Lots of money. Lots and lots of geo. Let me hit this. Kill everything in it. And then quickly do a heal. And there we go. Got 2 extra lives. As we go into the boss fight. Come on then. There we go, simple as that. Alright, that's another charm we can use later. So you're done then, you've slain the beast. Yes, I have. The poor thing, it must have been terrified of you. It used to be quite docile, but the rancid air in these caverns filled it with some ancient rage. Still, you did what you had to be done. You have my gratitude, of course. We both know you wouldn't have done it, made it through without that spell of mine. Oh ho ho. Look, the gate between us has opened. And basically now she's kicking me out. But first I'm going to use her bench. There we go. Then we can just drop straight down here. Look where we are, that's where Conifer was. Right, so that's the first boss done. That's our map completely ready to go and be used in all the different areas. Obviously every time you go to a new area you've got to buy a new starter map from Conifer. we've got a spell, we've got a couple of charms. Really, we've done quite a bit for 50 minutes. So we're gonna finish having an explore of this area that I've forgotten the name of. The Forgotten Crossroads. We're gonna finish exploring the Forgotten Crossroads as much as we can, and then we'll move on to the next area, which is Green Path, I think. But before we do any of that, we're going to go up and see Sly. See if he's got anything for us to buy. Yeah, it is pretty cozy. Okay, let's see what we got. A mask shard, a vassal fragment, a simple key that we can't afford. Right, so this is important. A Lumafly lantern, that's what lets you see. So we will eventually need to get ourselves one of these. For now, we are going to get Gathering Swarm. So what this does is it creates like these little fireflies, and they collect geo you've walked over, basically. And I'm going to save the rest of my money for now. So let's equip that. Then let's have a look at our map. So if we look at Forgotten Crossroads, there isn't really much left to explore in it, but we'll have a look. There we go. The other thing I like that you don't get in... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. You don't get in a lot of games is you can move whilst looking at your map, and it's still quite clear what you need to do whilst you're looking at the map. You can't jump, which is a bit annoying, but you can sort of... So this is just one long straight bit, so I can move across this whilst reading my map. Right, where are we now? Okay, which of these have I done? I've been up to that one. Ah, okay, so there's not much I can do in here at the moment, but I am going to take you in for this noise. We can't quite hear it yet. So this is... I'm not going to sing it. You can read it if you want. This is Myla. And Myla is the most precious thing in the entire game. Oh, hello again. Are you still running about? Why not join me down here? There's plenty of wealth in these rocks for anyone willing to put a bit of work in. Those crystals are worth a fair bit, but I have a feeling that there's something even more valuable hidden just a bit deeper in there. I can almost smell it. Ha ha ha. You're welcome to join me. There's enough for both of us. Or if you don't feel like digging, you can just sit and sing with me. Ha 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 ha. I want to get the... There is one. I remember the second verse. I remember the first lots of time to think while I work down here. Maybe I can even come up with some songs of my own. This is hard work, but I don't mind it. Down here I can keep working without even sleeping. It's fun. And every once in a while you come and visit me. I'm glad you like the sound of my voice. I do like the sound of your voice. I could happily sit here and just the rest of the stream be us listening to him. Honestly, I love it. But that would be a bit of a boring stream for you guys. So, let's have a look through here. No point using that. I might come back after the stream and sample that and make it my ringtone. Right, so this is where you should be able to go, but look, it's a dead end, but the bridge is about to collapse, but it just won't. I wonder what we have to do about that. Milo is precious and we must protect him. And anyone in the chat that knows about Milo in the later game, I'm fully aware and I don't need to be reminded of it. You will make me cry. And for people that haven't played it, those could be tears of joy. Possibly. Maybe. Not today, Jack. Such a good game. To the point that I can't even quite quantify what makes it such a good game. It just, everything works so well together. If you haven't played this, go and play it. It's on Game Pass. So, you know, if you've got Game Pass, it's free. Go and play it. And even on, like, the store, it's not that expensive. I think it's £15. Which I know, you know, price is relative. You can only afford what you can afford. But if you've got a spare £15, go and spend it on this. I mean, so long as you've got, like, food and you've paid your rent and... Oh no, I'm not doing this bit. So, bit of advice. You can go through there now, but there is a boss through there. Well, actually, there's a bit of a... You can't go through there now. Sorry, no, you can't go through there now. You can't get through the basically you can't. There's platforming you need to do, and you haven't got the required equipment to do it yet. Oops. Right. Is that now everything? So I'm just trying to remember what's where. Right, I think it's time that we moved on to Green Path for now. I'm sorry if you're, if you've played this before and you know that I'm missing something, and you're probably, I remember watching, I won't use the streamer's name, I remember watching a certain streamer that I'm quite a big fan of, play this for the first time, and they went, they kept making really silly mistakes, and I was sort of just screaming at my computer. So I apologise if I am making some stupid mistake and missing something important. But I honestly can't remember what else is here that I can actually do. So I'm going to make the move to Green Path, which is this way. The Pilgrim's Way. Travellers of Hollownest descend through verdant wilds and fungal groves to the city of this kingdom's heart. There all wishes shall be granted, all truths revealed. Come on then. That should be it. There we go. Up here. And then suddenly it's completely different. And if I look at my map, you'll see I don't have a map. So it means, every time you enter a new area, you are completely blind. There are all new enemies that you have to fight and learn. Their their attack patterns and such. But also you have no idea where you're going. You sort of just have to pick a direction and hope for the best. And if you get lost, you're a bit stuffed. You just have to keep going until you find some sort of landmark. And I will say that the level of knowledge I had of the Forgotten Crossroads does not carry over to Green Path. There will be bits that I will recognise, but don't expect me to know where everything is, because it won't happen. Okay. I feel bad for killing those little ones. I should also feel bad for doing that, because they're like the only creature in the game that means you no harm, but one of the only creatures that means you no harm. There aren't many, but there are some. Alright, here's a bench. My map has been updated, but you'll notice, still not for Green Path. I have to keep going until I find Conifer. Oh, who's that? Let's jump to them. Oh, I can't jump high enough. I hate those things. I think there you could see my what's it called? Sorry, 1 second. You could see my gathering swarm at work, and that was all those little white lights that are jumping around gathering geo for me. And it just means that I don't have to run around trying to find it all. Makes life so much easier. I love doing this. I was not going to come over here for a while. There we go. Up here. Right, so these, obviously you can hear the song. Ah, I forgot they were there. You can hear the song, but there's also these trail of papers, and that's what tells you. Oh, I jumped there. Come on. That's what tells you that Conifer's nearby. And there he is. Isn't this a contrast from the crossroads? Such a humid, lively place. The roads twist and turn in the most wonderful ways. I've done my best to chart the area ahead, though I must admit some of the area's inhabitants proved quite a nuisance. Yes. So this is the sort of I ran into another traveller as I made my way down here. I tried to call out to her as she dashed past, but she barely even glanced in my direction. Not an appreciator of maps like you and I, obviously. So, Conifer is one of those mysteries, like, well, I'll finish what I'm saying before I do the comparisons. It's just one of those mysteries where you think, well, how did you get here? You say you're quite timid and I'm stronger than you, but I'm losing hundreds of lives to get down here, and you're just there like nothing happened. You know, how did you get here? And then that way, you know, he's a bit like what's he called? The Duke from Resi Village, and that he's just always seems to be where you need him, and no one ever questions it. I mean, obviously we did question it, and actually, to be fair, didn't Ethan question it in Resi quite a few times? But it's just sort of eventually accepted that, yeah, he's there. He does what he wants. He's got infinite power. Right, despite what this looks like, this is not a boss room. The first time I played through this, I came in here, saw that, and just sort of noped straight out of the room. Tiny Squib, you approach fearless. Are you a hunter like me? Do you feel the urge inside to stalk, to kill, to understand? Then take it, my journal. It will aid you. At first my text may seem difficult to discern, but a learned hunter will come to understand its words. Venture the depths of this land and slay its beasts. Prove yourself worthy to bear the mark of the hunter. Okay, so if we go to our journal, it has, so it's basically a bestiary. It has all of the bestiary, beastery. I say bestiary. Some people say beastery. Doesn't matter. It has all of our all the enemies you face, and if you kill enough of them, then you get a few more notes on it. And it's just one of those things you've got to do to get 100% completion. And I think, I don't know, I can't remember what the reward is. I don't think I've ever completed it, to be fair. It's another grub. Ah, that wasn't fair. Okay, let's go up here. I'm wondering whether I want to follow her, because that leads to a boss fight, and it's not a boss fight I'm particularly good at, to be honest. Tell you what, I'll head that way, and if everyone promises not to laugh at me if I die 100 times, I'll give the boss fight a go. There we go. The other thing that's amazing about this game is the music. And I say that about a lot of games. And again, it's something that if you watch a lot of my videos, you might get sick of hearing me say. But the music is amazing. It's just so well orchestrated, but also so well suited to what's going on. Yes, I'll pay to use the bench. Right, let's have a look at this map, shall we? Right, almost there. I apologise for that. My Alexa device just said something to me, and I don't know what it is because I've got headphones on. It's probably reminding me that I should be going to bed, but there's a reason I'm called the Nocturnal Nerd. Who cares if I've got work in the morning? I've got some Hollow Knight to play. That being said, if any impressionable young people are watching, I of course always ensure that I get the correct amount of sleep, and you should too, to make sure that you live a healthy lifestyle. I think that was convincing. Oh, I hate this guy. There we go. That is a prime example of the sort of enemy that at the beginning of the game is an absolute nightmare, and then at the end of the game, you sort of, towards the end of the game, you can just sort of one hit kill them. But yeah, there I just used 2 out of my 3 spells. On something that later on is just a bog standard enemy. Not quite high enough. This is another really easy boss fight. It's just about knowing what you need to do. In this case, it's jump and slash. There we go. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, wow, that guy was really lucky we came along. He's going to be really grateful. And I think you're right. I think he's going to, he's going to... Just what do you think you're doing? Wow, rude. You dare come between me and my prey? Is it a habit of yours to scurry about, getting in the way and causing bother? Know this, cur. I am Vote, the Mighty. A knight of great renown. Cross me again, and you'll find out why they call my weapon Life Ender. What are you still boring me for? I'm a knight. I'm not interested in your childish games. I need my rest. Be gone, lest I draw my nail. And they found him, dead, with a nail pushed through his throat. And a note on him saying, "This is what happens when you're ungrateful." The Green Child walked with a dream onto these lands. Here we now shall wait, patient for the call to return. What's around me? I will not let you kill me. No. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, so this is what happens when you die. You wake up on the last bench you sat on, and then if you see, so the white skull is me, white mask is me, the black mask is where my stuff was dropped. So now I've got to go all the way back. To be fair, this isn't too far, it's normally much further than this. Well, when the way I play, it's normally much further than this. That's not the right way. I'm not going this way now. Drop back down. Too far. Ugh. Oh. Come on, jump. 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 There we go. Wrong way. There we go. Go away. There we go. Oh. Don't have time to fight you. I've already beaten you once. To some extent, at parts of this game, I do go in with the same sort of attitude I'd take if I was playing a Souls game, for example, in that you do expect that you're going to die a lot. Now, that may just be because I'm naff at this game, but yeah, it is the sort of game where you are going to die quite a bit, especially if you're new at it. That's how you get your stuff back. There we go. Let's open that. And we freed the grub. Right, so this is the entry to the boss room. I'm actually going to go back. I'm going to find something to hit so that I can get my thing up. Oh, no I'm not. I'm going to come down here. That sign means stag station, so I'm going to come into the stag station. I'm going to summon the stag. I'm going to sit on the bench. Now, I'm just looking at the time. And what I'm going to do is I'm not going to commit to beating this boss and moving on to the next area, or beating this boss and finishing this area. In fact, I'm not even going to commit to finishing this whole area because there's still quite a bit left unexplored. What I am going to commit to is I'm going to have 2, maybe 3 goes at this boss. And if I beat it, I beat it. If I don't, I don't. I'm not gonna promise anything either way. And as I say, please don't make fun of me for dying. It's not very nice. Come no closer, ghost. I've seen you creeping through the undergrowth, stalking me. This old kingdom, a terrible thing awakens. I can smell it in the air. I know what you are. I know what you tried to do. I can't allow it. Come on. I've got this, I think. Oh, that was close. I'm surprised I'm doing this well, to be honest. Come on. My first playthrough, it took me about 6 attempts at this. There we go. Should have had more faith in myself. In fact, the first playthrough, it was actually more like 20 attempts. It took me a really long time to get that. So I suppose the message is, if you're struggling, would it seek to break the seals? They cannot be undone. They must be undone. Let us sleep, little shadow. Return to your darkness. Allow us our peace. Yeah, as I was saying, I suppose the message is, if you think you're doing a really bad job, or you're struggling to beat a boss, just keep going. Because you're really not doing that bad. It just takes a while to get used to it. And if it takes you 50 attempts to beat a boss, then it takes you 50 attempts to do it. It's not a case of you're rubbish, it's just a case of there's a really steep learning curve. As I was saying, you've got to go into it the same attitude as you would with Dark Souls, in that if you go in thinking you're not going to die, you're an idiot, because you almost certainly are, and you're going to die a lot, and you're going to do it in really stupid ways that you hate yourself for. So that's the way back we came. We don't want to go the way we came just yet. Let's see what's on the other side. In case you didn't notice, we've just got a dash ability. The other thing I should say is that I'm playing this on PC, as I said, and I'm playing it through Xbox Game Pass. I do feel a bit like a heathen though, because I'm using a PlayStation remote, because I don't actually own a Xbox remote. So I'm sort of using all three of the major consoles at the same time. Let's listen to Quirrell. Seems we both tread this one path. I can hardly believe those dusty old highways led to such a lush and lively place. I hate that word. I hate the word lush. I hate it with a passion. This building suggests some form of worship, though its idol has clearly been long forgotten. Doubles equally well for a moment's respite. Let's sit down, update our map. Let's have a look at where we are. The Lake of Un. Up we go. Oh, I can't go that way, can I? Right, let's go down here. What's through there? Yeah, sure. Let's go through here. And down. Let's go back through the way we accidentally went through earlier. There we go. Trying to remember where I am. None of this really rings a bell, to be honest. If you decide to play this, and again I really think you should if you haven't, you will notice that the map is absolutely huge. And whilst that is great, it means that you forget where everything is. And I mean, you can buy like pins and stuff to remind yourself of what's where. So there are speciality pins that show you like where your benches are and stuff like that. And then you can also like mark for yourself what, you know, points of interest. But it does get to this point where you think, oh, I need that thing, and I saw that, but I can't remember where it is. Right, do I want to try this now? Yeah, go on, I'll try this now. Ah. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Well, on that note, just looking at the time, I think I'm going to leave it there. Because if I look at my OBS, how long have we been going for? We've been going for an hour and 35. I think if I go much further, I think I'll be giving away too much of the game. Just because there's only a couple more corridors to do in Green Path, and I'll be moving on to the next area. And sort of the part of the point of these intros was it was showing people, games they might not have played or might have missed and should go back and play. And I don't want to spoil the game for anyone. And I don't want to show off too much. I want to leave some stuff up to mystery. So I'm going to leave it there. We are seeing my favourite idle animation in all of gaming ever, which is when you leave the Hollow Knight alone on the bench, he falls asleep, and then when you move the thing, he jolts up, and I just love it. But anyway, as I say, we'll leave it there. I want to thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please do give it a like down below. If you want to see more of my videos, please do subscribe. There are another two episodes of an intro to up already. They came out at the same time as this video, so please do go and check those out. They are for, just look at the thing, they are for Evil Genius 2 World Domination and Breath Edge, which are two great games. So please, if you like this video, go and check those out. If you want to see more of my stuff, subscribe to my channel. It would mean the world to me. And if you click the bell icon, you can get a notification whenever I post something new. And if you like this game and want to tell me why, or if you didn't like this game and you want to tell me why you think I'm wrong and that it's a rubbish game, please do let me know in the comments. I read them all and I try to respond to them all. And yeah, just thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you next episode. Thank you very much.